So, to start this off, I really wanted to just really quickly recap the 2025 season, especially focusing on our rookies who did fantastically last year, because 2026 is where we are, and we have new regulations. They already have the cars and the tests from Barcelona, so we're going to go over that as well. But I just really want to quickly recap how well or, bad everybody did in the 2025 season. We're going to keep it brief. So let's start with our rookies and then we'll move on. So Kimi Antonelli's best race, and I'll put everybody's best race here, was the 21st race, and it's the sprint as well, because he managed to keep his place second in the race and the sprint. So I would say this is probably his best race, though he has gained a lot of positions in a different certain race. I would say this is his best. Oliver Behrman, I would have to say his best race is the 20th, which is Mexico. He managed to gain a lot of positions, 6 in this race, and he made a lot of great overtaking. This was definitely his most entertaining race to watch. Liam Lawson's best race was number 17. He qualified 3rd, ended up 5th, and that is his best actual placement all season long. And even qualifying that high is really good for him and his team. And this was a very surprising result from Liam Lawson, but he did fantastic. Now, both Franco Colapinto and Isaac Hadjar both had their best result in the same exact race, that being race 15. Now, race 15 is the Netherlands. And Isaac Hadjar actually ended up being on the podium for this race. He was P3. He went up just one spot. And Franco Colapinto is a little bit different. He ended up going up 6 places with P11. And he did really good in this race as well. We have Jack Doohan with his best race being the 2nd because, again, he was taken out by race 6. And he fortunately got to do at least one sprint, but that was it. And then Gabriele Bortoletto's best race ended up being, and he didn't complete 5 out of 24 races, unfortunately. The rookie with the most non-complete races is Liam Lawson, who did not complete 6 out of the 24 races of the season. The least is 3 of the drivers, actually, being Oliver Behrman, Franco Colapinto, and Isaac Hadjar, with only 2. Actually, as well as Jack Doohan, but that's because he got kicked out before he could finish his season. Next, I'm going to put all of the teams on the screen, and then I'm going to have you see their worst, best collectively, their best races collectively, and then we're going to see their best and worst races individually as well. So, to not, linger on it and talk about it too much. If you saw the season, you saw the season. You know what I mean? So, these are the teams' best and worst. And then we're going to move on to the sprints. Now, sprints aren't everybody's favorite, but I do love a good sprint, especially if it's entertaining, So, let's get into the sprints. So, our first sprint of the season last year was China. And China had average sprint movement. Most of the drama happened off the track that weekend. We had some good, clean racing on track. That means no disqualifications, no incomplete races. We have the lowest anybody lost points or places is 4, which occurred 3 times, which is Carlos Sainz, Gabriele Bortoletto, and Jack Doohan before he was, obviously replaced. And the highest anybody gained positions was 5, which is with Pierre Gasly. Unfortunately, he managed to stay out of the points though. The next race of the season happened to be Miami, and that had the biggest gains deepest position losses. Okay, so this is definitely probably the messiest race of the season. Lots of unsafe release penalties going on, few collisions with the wall, especially. Fernando Alonso and Liam Lawson were in a collision only Lawson could crawl away from. Okay, the lowest position loss came from Max Verstappen of all people, and he ended up P17. He went down 13 positions. Okay, under him is Antonelli with 6 position losses, and he ended up P7. Still in the points though. Good for you. Okay, the rookies are getting it done this season, right? So we had 3 non-complete races. The highest anybody gained positions was actually Yuki Tsunoda. Okay, he gained 12 positions, ended up P16. Under him was surprisingly Lance Stroll. He gained 11 positions, ended up P5. Okay, that's a great race. Miami was fantastic. And after Miami came the Belgian sprint, which had very little movement, very clean race, kind of a wet weekend. There's one non-complete racer this race. We have our lowest position loss at just one place with Nico Hülkenberg and Oscar Piastri. And then we have our highest being Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Antonelli, both gaining 3 points. Both gaining 3 positions, neither ending up inside the points. After Belgium, we have Texas. Texas was very high movement, okay, of the grid. From lap 1, we had a major collision pileup. Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, and Fernando Alonso all retired from that same incident. Okay, we had a safety car that ended on lap 5. 5 non-complete races. And then we have Lance Stroll, who bumps into the side of Esteban Ocon, both retiring, which completes our, non-complete races list. The race ends up ending under a safety car because of the Lance Stroll incident. Now, the lowest point losses in this race was Nico Hülkenberg. He lost 9 places and ended up P13. The highest was positions gained was 11 with Yuki Tsunoda again. He ended up P7. Fantastic job from him. Then we have Brazil. Brazil had lots of movement again, just like Texas did. Brazil ended up having some contact between drivers. Oscar Piastri and Franco Colapinto hit the barriers and ended up taking themselves out. There was a red flag for lap 7 and wet track conditions, but not a lot of actual rain. There was 2 incompletes, we just talked about those. And then the lowest position losses was 5 places with Nico Hülkenberg. He ended up P15. Highest positions gained was 7 places with Esteban Ocon, and he ended up P12. Unfortunately, unable to end up within the points. And the very last sprint we had of the season was Qatar. Qatar had minimal movement, just like the Belgium Grand Prix. There was some contact between drivers and 5-second penalties. There was a black and white flag for Yuki Tsunoda, unfortunately. But a pretty clean race nonetheless. 0 non-complete races, and the lowest positions lost ended up being just 4 places with Charles Leclerc. He ended up being P13. And the highest positions gained was just 3 places with Liam Lawson. He ended up being P14. So the sprint races this last season ended up being pretty versatile. We had some clean races. We had some very messy races. Some wet races, some dry races. You know how it goes. But this season was very entertaining, I'd say, for the sprints. My favorite sprint, personally, would have had to have been Texas or Miami. But if you like, less contact, less red flags, just good, clean racing, Qatar or Belgium is probably yours. But let me know what you think. What your favorite sprint was, or even if you like sprints. Some people don't even like sprints. They just wish they would go away, which I think is shocking. I don't feel that way, but let me know what you think. On the screen, I'm going to put 2025's cleanest races. That's where we have no incomplete races, no disqualifications, no, real red flags or anything like that. This is just good, clean, overtaking, undertaking, things like that. Now, Azerbaijan would have joined this list if Oscar Piastri had not scraped the side of the wall and retired himself. That's not a diss. It's just facts. I'm not coming for Oscar. Don't come down my neck. It would have joined the list if not for that. But very few of them this season. And I'm thinking next season we'll have even less than this. So we will see. So it's only right when talking about the new 2026 season for me to begin with the calendar. Now, it's pretty much the same as last year, none added or taken, but just placed differently. So Canada will go up 3 places from where it was last year. Austria will go up 1 as well, and so will Great Britain. Italy also goes up a race, and Spain ends up going down 7 actually. So where this one is a little bit more mixed, it's the same races. So now that we finished the calendar, I would like to really quickly touch on the Barcelona testing. Now, the real pre-season testing will come in Bahrain, which will be split into 2 halves and will run a total of 6 days, whereas Barcelona ran 5 days. It'll go from February 11th to February 13th. This is Bahrain, and the second half will be from February 18th to February 20th. So that's, where Bahrain falls. And obviously Australia will come in March, from March 6th to March 8th. Now that we're going back to Barcelona was educational for drivers specifically, but none of them actually went up against each other, to find out where they place, which is where Bahrain actually comes in. In Barcelona, they ran a few tests to check and do really quick adjustments before Bahrain comes, which is the true preseason testing, because obviously the actual races begin in March. So all the drivers and the team principals seem hopeful. Both give official statements throughout the Barcelona testing. The real test will begin in Australia when the races commence. Now, Aston Martin finally unveiled their car with Adrian Newey, so all eyes on Aston Martin, because Adrian Newey is part of the reason why the car was so great and Max Verstappen won 4 back-to-back championships. So all eyes on Aston Martin, but as well as Cadillac, our 11th team joining the grid. They have 2 experienced drivers driving for them, and though they're a relatively new team, I'm hoping they start middle of the pack and can climb up from there. I'm really excited for Cadillac. They're my second team that I'm rooting for this year. We also have Audi, who took over for Sauber. Extremely excited about that as well. We have Isaac Hadjar, who's back at Red Bull. Thankfully, I really like Isaac Hadjar, especially after putting together how all of the rookies did last year. I'm extremely excited for the rookies. The rookies are actually doing so well right now. Even the ones that could have done better had performances that really stood out. So I'm excited for Isaac Hadjar. I'm a fan. I really like him. He really surprised me last year. So we'll see how he does in Red Bull, especially with Red Bull and how they are iffy with their second drivers. They really don't do well with second drivers. Max is where they peak, but every time they get a second driver, I don't even know how to explain it other than very side eye. So we hoping and praying, because basically Red Bull treats their second drivers like Ferrari treats both their drivers. So fingers crossed. On the topic of rookies, Arvin Lindblad is our newest rookie, taking over for Isaac Hadjar in V-Carb, right beside Liam Lawson. He's supposedly the rookie to look out for because he went through the feeder programs. That's F4, F3, F2, and it got to F1 extremely quickly, like in a succession of like year, the next year, the next year, the next year. You see what I'm saying? So apparently he's really good. So we're going to be keeping our eyes on him as well. Alpine is switching to a Mercedes power unit this year. Mercedes is also switching to a new power unit this year. Cadillac is using Ferrari's power unit this year until they can build their own, which they're currently trying to do. Now, I would suggest everybody go to skysports.com and actually get the real detailed information on everything that happened in Barcelona. I saw, because I did a little bit of looking up myself, Ferrari and Lewis Hamilton specifically set the fastest lap time. So, you know, it's a good thing for if you like Ferrari or if you like Lewis Hamilton. Those are kind of different places at the moment because Ferrari and Lewis Hamilton did not work well together last year. We're hoping this year's a little different. I am, at least. And, you know, we'll see. Now, I've been hearing people are rooting for George Russell to win his championship this year. I don't like that. Mercedes and McLaren are the two teams I want to lose the most. Like, I don't know if everybody else has one of those, like teams they just really, really want to see the downfall of. But my teams are Mercedes and McLaren. The teams I would love to see do well. After last year, Ferrari's in my bad bucket. I don't know. We're kind of fighting. I don't know if I'm really with them, but they're still my team as of now. So I would say Ferrari and Cadillac. If I had to choose a third, it would be Audi. Just because I just love an underdog. I just love a new guy, you know? And the fact that I just started Formula One in 2023 and it's 2026, I'm still a new guy myself. So I'm really excited to see Cadillac's addition and what they can bring. We have 22 drivers this year, and that's 11 teams. I'm extremely excited to see where they can fall, especially being the new guy. And anybody can win this year. Literally anybody can win because the cars are extremely different. They're smaller, they're lighter. Everything about the car this year is different. The aerodynamics system is different, okay? I really need you to go and look up all of the specific details that are different with the car from this year to last year. It is an extreme difference. The way that they're driving it, very different. I heard Lando Norris and a race engineer, I think from Haas, say that the power unit or in the energy management is more driver forward, so it'll be easier for the drivers to manage their own vehicles. You know, we already only had like about 4 clean races in last year's Grand Prix, so I'm pretty sure that's going to reduce to about 2. I want to know who you want to win the 2026 season. If you're a George Russell fan and you're like, no, you're hating, let me know what you think. I'm not personally on Russell's side, but that's all you. I'm excited to see how the rookies do, especially, you know, I'm on the rookies. After I analyze how they did, we can also analyze how the Bahrain testing went last year and how that translated to the result of last year as well. So we can get a little bit more of a glance on how this is going to go this year. Anyway, drink your water. Do something to make your goals happen today, tomorrow, and the rest of the week. And let's speak soon.